Hey everyone, welcome back for another video. Today we are talking about the end of year events. So let's start with that picture here. So this is the series of events we are gonna have. Same things as always, you are gonna have daily quest, a battle pass. I don't know if we are gonna have a new pal or stuff like that, but you are gonna have a new artifact, a new mount, a new back accessory, and a new costume. And we are gonna talk about that in detail because you will see that 2 items on the 4 looks pretty interesting. So let's start with the first event. You have the New Year's Banquet here. Apparently you are going to have some numbers here and I don't really understand what you need to do. Let me read the sentence. A number will be shown on the New Year's cake. Select positions and guess the sum of numbers to earn rewards. Time to test your strategy and luck. So I don't really understand what kind of numbers and operations we will need to do, but this is what I have for now. So then you will have that event, the joy match, in which you will have to use some hammers to hit the cubes. I don't know exactly what we will have to do, but this is what is written in the patch notes, so I don't know guys, but now you have the information about that event. So then we have that lucky event. This is the first big event we are gonna have, inside of which we have the new back accessory on the right and the new artifact on the left, the kind of heart here. Every 11 seconds after the battle starts, you will get a shield, 16% of max HP, which one ignores PvP reduction and shield breaks. You have some abilities in the game, I don't remember exactly which ones, but they can break or deal damage through the shield of the character. Here, it's not possible with that shield, 16% of max HP, this is really high. But you need to sacrifice 10% of your current HP, and that ignores the immunity for 3 seconds during which the character and pal cannot use basic attack, combo counter, or active skills. So during the first 3 seconds when you have the shield, you can do absolutely nothing. But right after the shield disappears, your next basic attack will deal 1200% of current basic attack damage, combo damage, counter damage, 4000% skill damage, and all the damage can crit, except for the skill damage. Do you think it is high? Let's check something in game. Do you remember the Beast Robo and the damage it releases in PvP? Look at that. 150% current basic attack damage, combo counter damage, and 750% AoE skill damage. This releases insane damage. So imagine if instead of 150%, all of a sudden you release 1200% of all the damage here. This is crazy in my opinion, so that artifact looks really strong. Imagine if you're a Plume Monarch in PvP, you don't care about dealing damage at the beginning of the fight because you know what, you have the damage immunity, you control the opponent, so you can't deal damage. But right after that, if you take one hit, you releases that, in my opinion, you can maybe one-shot the target. Now this is something that I would like to try, but this is an artifact, this is very expensive, so I don't know if I'm gonna have it. But if it is the case, I'm gonna try that. Or maybe I'm gonna find an account of someone else and I'm gonna try that because, dude, it looks so great. Then, in the same event, we will have a back accessory, the Chrono Prism. When all enemies have no less than 60% HP, so when they have more than 60% HP, they have all their resistances decreased by 10%. So basic attack damage, skill damage, pal damage, combo and counter damage resistance is lowered by 10%. Otherwise, their attack is reduced by 10%. So when they have less than 60%. This is pretty interesting because after 20 seconds in the battle, all the reduction effects are active. So this is cool in my opinion for some specific fights like Grumpy Big Head maybe. If one of you in your family is using that back accessory, then you are gonna reduce the resistances of the boss and it's gonna be profitable for everyone in your family, I guess. So it looks pretty nice. In PvP, I don't think that this is gonna be that great to be honest. Oh, and by the way, I almost forgot to talk about that, but this is the prize selection for the big lucky event, inside of which you have the return of the cheat amount. This is the best amount for PvP for Plume Monarchs, and this is a very annoying one, so if you don't have it, you will need to spend a crazy amount of money if you want to get it, because remember that you need to obtain first the main artifact here, and then you can select the artifact you want for the second grand prize. So very expensive. So may you be crazy lucky, cut the guarantee, obtain the main artifact really soon, and so you are gonna save some money if you want to get the cheat amount. May you be crazy lucky on that event, everyone. So these events will take place from January 1st to January 7th. On the 1st of January, you will have the return of the fortune card, so plan your spendings accordingly. If you want to have a chance to double or triple your gems, this is gonna be your time, on the 1st of January only. Then on the 3rd of January, another event will take place. This is the one in which you can have the new costume and the new mount here. The new mount looks pretty strong too. Let's talk about it now. It's called the Time Machine. For the first 20 seconds after the battle starts, you will negate and store 40% of all the damage you take. Only that looks insane. Do you imagine? Using that with the Alien Dimension back accessory, you will have a 30% less final damage taken, and then you will also store 40% of the damage taken. This is insane, guys. This is completely broken in my opinion. And you will also get 8% more attack, 10% more final crit damage, 10% more final skill crit damage, and 10% more final pal crit damage. Looks great, right? But then, I don't know if I understood correctly, but after the first 20 seconds of the battle, you will receive an additional 6% of the stored damage, ignoring damage immunity per second for 10 seconds. So in my opinion, that amount is made for very short fights, less than 20 seconds, because after that, you are gonna start taking a huge amount of damage, in my opinion, and passively, so don't use that if you're fighting a boss or stuff like that. But man, it looks really nice. And so this is the costume then, 1% global defense. I don't really like the design, this is not my cup of tea. So then during the event we are gonna have some more packs to buy as always, stuff like that, and this is basically everything. If you want to know about the ranking, this is what we are gonna have, that new avatar frame, and that's all guys. Okay guys, so that was all I had for the events of the new year, but there is something more that I would like to say. There are many artifacts, mounts and stuff like that today, but if you are a Plume Monarch, yeah, I'm always saying Plume Monarch because let's be honest, this is the best class everywhere in the game. I just have to see how I can destroy the tanky builds in PvP. Only the warriors are countering me with certain builds, but this is normal because the warrior is supposed to counter the Plume Monarchs, and the Plume Monarchs, the prophets and stuff like that, okay? So if you are worried about the artifacts, the different items you need to have, this is a showcase. Exactly, not a showcase, but exactly what you need. Cheat amount, best mount ever. For PvP, for Plume Monarchs and Warriors as well. Then if you don't have this mount, you have the Panda mount, the Panda attack mount. If you can get it, I don't know if we are gonna have a rerun soon, but this is another great mount. This one is the best to increase your damage on long fights, in boss fights I mean. This one is great if you are a tanky build, you are gonna have more resistances, and this is an amazing one too. If you want to deal crazy damage, the Cloud Drifter is an amazing one to increase your damage versus tanky builds in PvP. If you have the Beast Roar Bow, which is the best artifact in the game. If you have the Candlelight, you will have a high survivability in PvE. This is an amazing one for most boss fights in the game. Amazing when you couple that with the Tiger Back. This one with the Candle artifact are just amazing. You are gonna deal a lot of damage and heal a lot during the fight. That is an amazing combo. This one, the Alien Dimension, is one of the best, or maybe the best back accessory we have today. And you have some honorable mentions for this one, for example, but you need to use a specific relic if you want to lower the condition to use all the stuff in here directly at the start of the battle, but this is another amazing one. For the tanky builds, Prophets, you have this one to lower your cooldowns on skills, or you can use... I don't remember the one it was... But you have great items, and generally you don't really need to go and pick other items unless you want to have a different kind of gameplay. If you have these ones, you are gonna have a great efficiency absolutely everywhere in the game. So, that was all for the video. Let me know what you think about the new items. Are you gonna try to get them or not? Let me know what you think about that. Have a really nice day, guys. Take care. See you later. Bye-bye.